We're back.
Are we back?
We're back.
Oh,
Here he is.
JC.
Here he is.
Hi boys, how you all doing?
Here's the main man.
Pleasure to be here, boys. Pleasure to be here.
This is Josh Carl, everyone. By the way, we're gonna try and get like a different guest every week, every other week. You might see Josh Carl more than once. You might never see him again, but easier to give his thoughts and predictions for next week's fixtures and the debates we have at the end. So we'll get straight back into it. Sorry for any technical difficulties.
Yeah, everything should be stable.
Yeah.
I'll be on the phone after this. Don't you worry.
Kyle's BT is ran by hamster and a ball. So,
I pay money to this company.
My Kerwin Hawk stopped running.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll go to Tuesday, the 26th of January. There's two 6 o'clock kickoffs and 2 8. So we have West Ham, Palace, and Newcastle Leeds. We'll start with a Palace-West Ham game.
Oh no, it's gone again.
Difficult game,
Oh
this.
no, I'm
Will be
back.
a close game. West Ham on great form.
Again, I think you just have to back. Well, personally, for me, I think you got to back the informed team. West Ham playing well, flying well. Fucking, you know what I mean? Antonio's going to score, guarantee you.
Yeah, he scores every game.
He scores every game. So does Soychek. I don't know how he's not top
Yeah,
scorer.
to be fair.
Crowd loves Soychek. He
Oh,
loves
man, right in his potato salad.
yeah,
He's a great guy, good player as well.
I'm gonna go 1-0 West Ham. That's my prediction, my thoughts.
I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham, I think.
I'm gonna go 2-1 West Ham.
2-0 West Ham.
2-0.
So we're all going for a West Ham win.
We're all going West Ham win.
Yeah,
West Ham.
yeah. Well,
I think
it's gotta be
Palace.
surely.
Yeah, then we got a weird game now because we've got Newcastle versus Leeds, and one team can't score, but one team can't defend. So it's like, is it? I can see them cancelling each other out, sort of thing, and a board draw.
No.
You going for
I
ball
got
draw?
a great fact here, boys. I got a great fact. So
Mr. Fact.
Newcastle, yeah. Newcastle got 1 clean sheet in the last 13 Prem home games. Do you know who what game that was?
Yeah, it was against us.
It was against Liverpool, yeah.
Against us. I mean, it's not really a shock. We can't score at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start with Crowley now. Crowley, what do you reckon? How can you see this one going?
You know what? I'm actually going to go for 0-0.
You go 0-0?
Really?
I'm going to go 0-0.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
Yeah. See, I'm on that train as well. I don't know why. I just. For saying that though, it's when Leeds want to fire, like they've got some decent players going forward. Bamford, that Helder Costa, that Jack Harrison as well. Some serious talent going forward. But
I think for Leeds, the coming back into the Prem sort of worn off now.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like when they first came in, they were firing. Bamford was
Yeah.
on fire, and they just haven't been clicking recently, have they?
I do think Leeds are a Prem club though. Like I do think they've got the players. They're too good for the Championship, but I think maybe they thought they were better than they were. I think they've been pegged down a notch or two, just because of the sheer goals they concede. But yeah, I think I'm going to join Crowley on that one. I'm going to go like a 1-1. I'm going to go
You got to
1-1.
pick one or the other kid.
Yeah.
1-1. 1-1. 1-1.
I'm going to go and shock everyone and go for a 1-0 Newcastle.
Really?
Newcastle.
I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Leeds.
With Jack Darlow in goal, though.
I'm going a 2-0 Leeds. Newcastle are just, I don't know. Every time I watch them, they don't look like a good team without St. Maximum. I don't know. I'm going for it.
Newcastle got hit hard by COVID, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they got Jamal Lascelles back now, which I think he'll be big for them.
Big for them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still can't see them improving. I think Steve Bruce will go in the next few weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 draws, a 1-0 Newcastle and a 2-0 Leeds. Going on to the 8:15 kickoffs, then we have Southampton, Arsenal, and West Brom City. I'm going to start with West Brom City. So I feel like that's probably quite an easy one to predict. It's just a matter of scoreline, really, isn't it?
Wait, West Brom City?
No KDB.
Yeah, West Brom City, I believe.
West Brom got a point against Liverpool the
Ooh.
other week, didn't
They
they?
only just played, but see, a few weeks
Well,
ago.
that's what it says here.
What was the score in that game? Go off
It is
that.
West
1-1.
Brom City. It is West Brom City.
Yeah.
West Brom City 1-1.
Yeah.
We'll start with Mock this time. Then Mock, give your thoughts.
Well, that 1-1, Kyle, was back in December, just mid-December, so about a month ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like West Brom are looking a more well-drilled side at the minute. They're looking decent, I think. So I'm going to
Big
go.
Sam effect, the 4-4-2 effect.
I'm going to go for a 2-0 City. I still think they're going to.
I love that. After all that,
Yeah.
after like West Brom, no KDB, looking
Yeah.
good, 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then. You agree in?
I'm gonna go 3-1 City. I think they'll concede.
Is Ederson injured? Yeah.
I think so. He's just not a good
Crawley,
goalkeeper.
what are you
is he?
saying, mate? What?
I think West Brom are going to get battered. I think
Yeah.
they've conceded the most goals in the Prem this season. I cannot see. I think they might score. To be fair, I think is Ajayi.
Ajayi,
Centre-half?
centre half.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah,
scores
Ajayi,
from like
centre-half.
every corner.
Yeah, he'll get one in, but I can't see West Brom having anything on City. That's all.
What score are you going? What are you
I'm
saying?
going to go 4-5-1.
I was going to say 4-0 City. I just think with Ruben Diaz and John Stones playing out this game, I think what a signing he's been, to
Yeah.
keep Laporte out of a team when he's arguably their best defender last year. And like Stonesy as well, to be fair to him, he's been solid this year as well. I think he's took a lot of criticism over the past couple of months, but he's stuck at it. And I can't see West Brom really I can't even see West Brom having much of the ball, to be fair, to even cause them problems. And we say no KDB, but then you've still got a midfield three of like Phil Foden, Gundogan, and probably like Bernardo Silva.
Talk about Gundogan as well. I think he's criminally underrated.
Class. He's
I think
really
he's a top
performing well.
player. Yeah.
I see. I don't know, because I really, really disliked him. Like, I didn't think he was good enough at all. But this season, to be fair to him, he's come into his own. He's
Played
Pen
well.
merchant.
he's he's been quality this season, to be fair.
And then we got onto an nice little interesting late kickoff on
Replay
Tuesday.
almost.
We've got Southampton versus Arsenal, which obviously previously played in the FA Cup. Southampton won 1-0. But it's still a whole different ball game. Obviously, Arteta made some questionable squad selections for that game. I think it was like no Abua, no Smith Rowe, none of the real big boys. But Southampton at home. We'll go with Gornall this time. Then, give us your thoughts.
I'm gonna go for a 1-1. I wasn't impressed with Arsenal in the FA Cup at all. I thought defensively they were very poor. Southampton looked good, but yeah, I'm gonna go for a 1-1.
Crowley, what are you thinking, mate?
That one, Kyle's boat here. I think they're both really similar teams. Like neither of them I think they've conceded. Arsenal conceded 19, Southampton conceded 21 in the Prem. Neither teams really score many goals. Arsenal got the form behind them, but I think they're just so similar. So I'm going to say like 1-1
sort of like
again.
cancel each other out, sort of thing. Mark, what are you saying, mate?
I'm going for almost the opposite. I think it'll be a lot of goals, but I think it'll end 2-2. I think nothing will separate them. I think a lot of goals though.
I'm gonna go for 2-1 Southampton. I watch Arsenal defensively, and they are just
Not
awful.
great.
They're just not good. And
Where do you reckon the goals are going to come from?
it is
David Luiz and Gabriel.
Ings fit.
Ings is back.
Ings
Yeah.
was fit, yeah.
Was fit. I've said before, when Ings don't play, Southampton look like a different team. I think James Ward-Prowse from set pieces with Arsenal's defending, he's gonna have a field day. He's gonna ball into that box every minute. I just think Southampton will genuinely just be too strong for that Arsenal defence, especially at home as well. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Southampton. Now on to a big Wednesday, the 27th of January. We've got 2 6 o'clock kickoffs, 1 7:30 and 2 8:15. So we'll start with Burnley versus Aston Villa. Oh no. Oh, we've got 10 minutes. Oh, we have to fly through these.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Burnley versus Villa. 2-1 Villa. I can't even give you a description for that. I just think they look like unreal football. I don't know why. They just don't. I look at Villa and I'm like, that's a team with so much confidence. They're going into every game thinking they can win.
Yeah.
Every game. So I'm going 2-1 Villa.
Okay.
Oh, who wants to go? Crowley looks like he's pondering. Talk to me, Crowley.
I think I can't see Burnley scoring. I can't. Villa's defence is solid. They've had some tricky games recently as well. Played some good teams. They've held their own. I think Villa 2-0.
Mock.
Agreed with Burnley not scoring, but I don't know. Burnley is so good defensively. I'm going to go 1-0 Villa. I think they'll just scrape it.
What's going? I'll put like 14-0 Burnley now. He loves it.
I'm gonna go for a 3-0 Villa.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
Why not? Innit? Bertrand Traoré, they've Grealish, Barkley, all them lot. They're unreal. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a different side, isn't they, Villa?
Yeah.
Season.
They're,
Yeah, definitely.
Considering the handball that was.
yeah. They shouldn't even be in the league.
And now they shouldn't be in it. And now they're flying.
And they've got that new signing coming in. That Sanson from Marseille.
Yeah.
Big
I
signing
think
for
that'd be
them.
a good signing, that.
Interesting game now at 6 o'clock. We have Chelsea versus Wolves at home. Two teams with awful form. Wolves haven't won a game since last beating Chelsea 2-1 at the Molineux. Is it Molineux? It is a Molineux.
Yeah.
So, and obviously the breaking news today with Lampard being sacked, there's talks of Thomas Tuchel, depending on COVID tests, etc., etc. He could be there, he might not, but obviously there won't be any sort of style of play. So it's more of a impress the gaffer sort of game. I genuinely, I'm always going to back my team, but I genuinely believe that Chelsea will beat Wolves on that basis, so that people have to perform for the new manager. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea, just on that. But who knows anymore? Who fucking knows? Gordon look shocked there. I'll go to him first.
I'm gonna go for a 1-1. I don't know, the way Chelsea are playing, even though Frank's been sacked, I can't. I feel for the youngsters because I feel like they're not going to get a look in now with a new manager. But I'm going to go for a 1-1. Pedro Neto, unbelievable player.
Cool. Player, yeah. Mock, what are you saying?
I agree with you, Josh. I think it's going to be an absolute battering. They're all going to be performing. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah, that's what I'm on about. I just think it's more of an addition now, isn't it, for Tuchel watching who wants to play, who doesn't. I don't even know what the team selection will be because I've heard that he favours Rudiger and Jorginho, which is like every Chelsea fan's nightmare. Like it actually is. But yeah, Crawley, what are you saying, mate?
I think the bookie's got Chelsea as favourites. I mean, Wolves won last time. Is it close to call? I think Chelsea will win it though, 2-1.
2-1. All right, so then we go on to an absolutely thrilling 7:30 kickoff with Brighton versus Fulham. This isn't worth my time personally. I'm just going to say like 1-1 for the basis. We got 5 minutes left. 1-0, yeah. Or even like, I'm going to say like, actually no, I'm going to take it back and go 2-1 Fulham. I think Fulham will kickstart against Brighton. I think they'll get a result.
It's actually a massive game for both of them.
Yeah.
Massive relegation game. Obviously, it's not the most fun game in the world. It was 0-0 last time. Both teams don't really score. I'll be 0-0 again probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Or 1-0 Fulham, I think.
Sorted. Go on then, Mock. What are you thinking, mate?
2-0 Brighton. I feel like Brighton have been good recently. They almost held up City. They beat Leeds. I think Brighton will get a result there.
I'm gonna
go. Gordon, what are you saying, mate? Give us.
I'm gonna go for a 1-1. 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
I can see, to be fair, I can see all them coming in. You know, it's such an open game, and both teams need something. So I can imagine both teams will go for it. Just Then we have we actually do have quite a tasty 8:15 kickoff now between Everton and Leicester. Great game of football by the looks of it, the way they're playing. But me personally, I know Everton started the season off well, but I watched Leicester and I genuinely believe they're a great football team. I really do. I think the form Maddison's in, I think he's been exceptional. No Vardy though, which does sort of not change the way they play, but you know they don't have that option of an out ball down to Vardy sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And who they got like Iniacho, is that it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Or like maybe put like
Perez.
Harvey Barnes up top or something.
I think Madison's played up top before, hasn't he?
Yeah, but then do you think they'd put Maddison up top and disrupt him doing what he's doing in the 10? Do you know what I mean? Like at the moment he's fantastic in the middle of the park, but I don't know. I personally can't. I'm going 2-1 Leicester. I think they'll be quite good. But yeah, 2-1. Mock, what are you saying, mate?
I think it's going to be 1-0 Leicester. I think it's going to be better than them.
Yeah, I think so. Crawley, what are you saying, mate?
I think Leicester will win, but I'm praying for Everton, so I'm just going to say 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton. And then Kyle, mate.
I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Leicester.
2-0 Leicester. Yeah, I just think based on what I saw against Chelsea, I know it's no real representation because we're actually shit, but like, do you know what I mean? They're playing like a team, and I think Brendan Rodgers has got them playing as a team that have a mentality of just literally every game at a time they think they can win, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I can't see why they can't be up there at the end of the season, to be honest with you, unless obviously City decide to do their thing. And then we have an 8:15 match with Man United versus Sheffield United. Again, personally, don't think there's much talking point about this. I think it's a matter of score as well. United playing out their skin at the moment, just off the back of a Liverpool win. I'm gonna go 3-0 United, personally. Again, Harry Johnson, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but you're just not very good. You're just not good. I'm sorry. Okay. I wish you were, but you're not. Okay. But yeah, 3-0. Gonal, we'll go to Mock last because he.
I'm just gonna go for a 3-1. I can see United conceding, but I can't see anything other than the United win, to be honest.
Crawley.
Yeah, same again. I think United or 2-1 United.
2-1.
2-1.
Ooh, squeaky. What was it? Bruno Penn, 96th minute.
But the game's already ended.
I mean, yeah, it's I think Sheffield United will score. I hope they score first, because then United, for some reason, just turn to a different team. It's mad. But yeah, I can just see United going 2-1, I think. Yeah. Depends on the team they put out.
Mark, what's your thoughts, mate?
I don't see us conceding, I don't think. I think we've been actually quite good defensively for the first time in a long time. Still not great, though.
Yeah. Is Bailly fit?
I believe so. So I think it's going to be, I don't know, like 4-0 United.
4-0.
I back us to batter them, I think.
Yeah.
So injury prone. If you lose him and you go into a top 4 battle with Reece Williams and fucking, I don't even know the other guy. Who? What's his name?
Nat Phillips.
Nat Phillips. Like, no disrespect for the fellas, but then they're not title winning centre halves, are they? So I just don't see. Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, well, never know.
Yeah,
Come end of the season.
Frank Lampard's still Chelsea boss. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's scary times for Liverpool fans. You could be, you'd be 5th, 6th? Depends what happens with Everton.
7th.
Will Mo and Mane stay? You never know.
Yeah. Mane will. Don't know about Mo.
Not if you don't get Champions League football.
We'll get Champions League football.
It's what happened with Klopp as well when he's at Dortmund and he won the league. He was doing well. Next season, just went down the drain and then.
Goners.
Yeah.
Goners looks like a man that's under pressure. Anyway, we're off topic.
I'm not under pressure.
So we got Liverpool versus Spurs. Spurs at home. I've said I think it's just going to be a Jose shithouse like it was against Spurs. I think they'll sit back, counter you, and I think he'll be open in the back. And I think because Trent just bombs forward and doesn't know how to defend. So I think, and Son, the way them boys are playing, I'm going 2-0 Spurs. That's it really. We'll start with Mock. What's your thoughts,
Well,
Mock?
Liverpool weren't great defensively against us, and I feel like Kane and Son are on another level to our attack. So I'm going for a 3-1, and Liverpool will score a penalty.
Hopefully. I just want to see a goal.
We'll just go with Crowley. What's your thoughts, mate?
I think Son and Kane got to be licking their lips at this.
Yeah.
They got to be thinking goals. But then Liverpool got to pick up at some point.
Hopefully.
I think
Fingers
2-0.
crossed.
Yeah, but like, there's no way they're picking it up against a shit house Jose Mourinho. There's no chance.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's a massive game for both of them, depending on what happens with Everton and Leicester, because honestly, Everton and Leicester look better than both of them, I'd say.
Yeah.
And Everton got the 2 games in hand, haven't they? They got a game in hand on Spurs. If they win against Leicester, they take them. Was it 2 games in hand, maybe? But yeah, it depends on what happens in that. Spurs and Liverpool.
So we've gone 2-0 Spurs, 3-1 Spurs, and 2-0 Spurs. Is it with you, Carl, as well?
I'm going 2-0 Spurs, yeah.
2-0. Well, someone's got to put a Liverpool win out.
I've got to back the boys, and I've got to back the boys.
We're going to Kyle Gornall now.
I don't know. Honestly, I can see a Spurs win just because the way we're playing. I've got to back the boys. I'm backing the boys. 2-1. 2-1 us. Liverpool. Up the fucking
2-1
Reds.
You think you'll score 2 goals?
Scored 2 against you. Yeah, conceded 3, but you know. I think. I'm going. Alisson 2.
Alisson 2.
Alisson.
Would you like to make 2 fucking saves?
Nah, 14th minute. He's going to take a goal kick. It's going to go over. Lloris, and then.
That's Klopp's new fucking.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Nintendo Sarah, I appreciate the follow. Thank you, brother.
Shout out Nintendo.
Man like Nintendo. But yeah, I'm going Spurs equalise it, 84th minute. Liverpool get a 97th minute corner. Alisson, bang, bullet header.
7th minute, boom.
Yeah. To be fair, I've seen him come up for about 3 or 4 corners in the last month. He's coming up for them all the time.
If someone's going to score, it's going to be him.
I've been on mute. That's going to look really bad on stream. Anyway, we'll get back to it. All right, so we've got 3 Spurs wins and 1 Liverpool win. I think that rounds up the fixtures for what we're recording. Then we'll come back on Friday and do so on and so forth. So we'll go on to a couple of topics. We're not going to start with the main one because I need time to prep and relax and get emotionally ready.
Get ready.
We're going to start with THIAGO, that plays in the central midfield of Liverpool. Now he's started 5 games for Liverpool, no wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. I just got a question for Gornall, just on the basis. Do you think you've changed the way you play to suit his style of play, which has disrupted your overall performance compared to last year?
No.
Because I personally think you have. I think you're a lot slower with him in your team.
No.
Granted, he's a great footballer and he can pass a ball, etc. But everything's just sideways.
Nah.
But that's just what they were speaking about at half time. Last night. So I was just wondering what your thoughts on it.
I mean, first of all, saying he hasn't won a game. Everton, when we drew 2-2, that goal was not offside, so we should have won that game.
I feel like if I go on YouTube now, it'll be ruled out offside. Personally,
yeah, it will be, but it wasn't offside. So I'm not having
and again, Josh, you don't understand the offside rule.
Yeah, true.
You didn't understand that Timo was offside.
Timo's never offside, mate. Timo's agenda against Timo.
So yeah, Thiago should have won against Everton. Against United, I thought he was quality. I think.
Yeah, but no, I'm not saying his quality is not there, because it is. But do you think the player he is? Do you think Liverpool have changed their style of play to fit the way he plays?
No, I don't.
well-
I don't see us playing any different, to be honest.
Well,
Do
you're
you
not
reckon
doing
it's
something.
like I agree with KG here, but you know, on Ultimate Team, yeah, I don't want to bring it out, but Ultimate Team, you buy a new player, you want to pass them the ball as much as you can,
Yeah,
try and get everything through him. I'm not saying Liverpool have bought Thiago and want to get stats up because that would be stupid, but he is such a good player that you would want the ball to go through him.
it's just at the moment because we're not scoring goals. He's the only one in the midfield that looks like he's going to create anything. So everyone's just trying to play the ball through him. I mean,
The thing is, let's be honest, you never really had a creative midfielder. You had Milner, Henderson, Ox,
yeah,
Keita. Like you had all defensive midfielders, and your attack was just so good. And then I don't know. I think that you've brought him in, and Klopp's too scared to drop him. Like you look, United brought in Van der
No.
Beek, and Solskjaer's gone. He's not playing for my team, and we're on fire. And I think if you drop Thiago, I don't know. I feel like he might pick up some results.
no,
What would you drop him for?
no, I don't
Oh,
agree with that. I just think we brought Thiago in. You didn't expect the Van Dijk injury. You didn't expect all the centre halves injury. The midfield of Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago. It would have been different class. Like Thiago's having to play pretty much a CDM at the moment to sit in front of the defence because we don't have any centre halves.
Wasn't that his job in
Yeah,
Bayern?
I
though?
thought that's where he played.
Yeah,
I
in
thought that
Bayern, but we don't. We had Fabinho there, and he played on the left against Everton, like down towards Robbo and Mane's side, and he was quality, different class. Like the balls he played down to Mane and stuff like that. I just feel like the Thiago. Everyone's like, "Oh, Thiago, when he started, we haven't won a game." That's all bullshit. It's just we're not playing well. Simple as that.
So, are you? Just a question: are you blaming Van Dijk's injury on your poor season?
A bit of it, yeah.
Say, I can see how it would disrupt your team, but then I just don't see how, like,
I'm not blaming all of it, but when you don't have a fit centre half,
I think
it's going to be
Van Dijk-
difficult.
Van Dijk is so good. Like you could look at it as just like he's a defender, he defends, that's all he does. But when you're a player, when you're a Salah or Mane, like a Firmino, like with him, if you know you have Van Dijk behind you, you're gonna start doing stuff because you know Van Dijk's there.
Yeah.
When Van Dijk's not there, you're gonna be a bit more, should I try it? Should I play safe?
Well, it's for example, Liverpool v Bayern, second leg. Van Dijk played that ball over the top to Mane. None of our centre halves at the moment can do that. Van Dijk, he's not only a centre half. He is massive to the team. Like it's the same as when City had Fernandinho injured, and City went for a really bad patch. Like I get it's one player, but it's an integral part of the team. But I'm not just blaming it on that. But when you don't have a fit centre half, like we have Phillips and Williams, but they're not good enough to be in the Premier League at the moment, are they? So we've had to disrupt our midfield that was one of the best midfields in the world. So we've had to drop two of the three midfielders back into centre half. So it's not only Van Dijk. It's just the fact that all our centre halves have been injured. Obviously, Matip we know is injury prone anyway. You can't really blame it on that. Gomez, big injury with England. I don't know. It disrupts the whole team, and Salah, like I said, Salah has to come back and defend a lot more, which he didn't do beforehand.
Trent and Robbo as well. Like Trent is not a right back for starters.
No, that's what I mean. Trent is good at attacking. Yeah, I'm not saying he's awful at defending because he's not awful at defending. He's just not as good as defender as other right backs. He's not awful at defending. But Henderson in midfield to cover Trent when he goes forward, we don't have that anymore. So it's like
I think
there's a lot of things.
I think Henderson is key to your midfield. I think Henderson is so
Well,
key to
he
midfield.
doesn't stop running for 90 minutes, does he?
I've seen the clips of him on like TikTok and stuff like that. He's constantly giving
So
players
vocal.
instructions.
Yeah.
So vocal. mad.
It's different
I
because
think
like
every player needs that.
he-
That's what I don't think Chelsea have. I don't see one Chelsea player constantly speaking for 90 minutes.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Henderson is a leader on and off the pitch, whereas like our captain before Gerrard, he was a leader on the pitch. He led by example, whereas Henderson, he doesn't exactly lead by example because he's not the best player on the pitch, but he tells everyone where to be, what to do.
Top professional.
Yeah. He just reminds me of a young James Milner.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're struggling because some players, like obviously Wijnaldum's talking about I'm going to Barca? Do you think because of rumours like that, other players are like, well, if he's leaving, someone like, let's say someone like Genie leaves, it's going to have an effect on like, let's say one of the lesser important players, like let's say, I don't know, a midfielder you've got, and they see Wijnaldum thinking of leaving, they think maybe someone like Salah or Mane will leave as well, and then they're like, well, if they're leaving, I want to try and get a move, and no one's like sure whether they want to be, because with the uncertainty of who's going to be there next year, they're like, well, am I going to perform for this club?
That's the thing, though, because I've heard many
I
times
don't
that
think
Salah's
that.
linked with moves away. I've heard that.
Yeah, but there was big talks of Salah came out and said, but then he literally came out and said that he's happy at Liverpool and wants to be at Liverpool. So it's like,
I think it's always difficult to defend your title. I don't like Liverpool were never going to do what they did last year. Like it was never going to happen.
No, I like the thing is I'm saying is we've lost what is it like maybe 6 league games in 3 years.
Oh yeah, it's not bad.
Like it was obviously
happen as well.
Yeah, the last 2 years were they're freak seasons. It was obviously it was only a matter of time before we dip a bit, and it was always going to be expected. And now
and it's not that though as well. It's more like let alone the quality that people expect Liverpool to have week in, week out, but to have that expectation along with actually defending the title, along with actually competing in Europe, because you let's be fair, you were probably Bucky's favourites again at the start of the year, to go at it again. Do you know what I mean? So the expectations probably, and obviously with injuries and stuff, so I can see why Liverpool are playing the way they are. Like it was expected. Do you know what I mean? But like I don't think I'm not too sure on why the run is lasting so long. I expected a couple of games, a blip, and then get back at it. But like,
I don't know.
It makes so much sense.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because of injury with your centre halves, it disrupts everything. Like I said, you had 2 of the best midfield in the world last season, and then you have to have 2 out of the 3 of them midfielders going back into centre half. Then it disrupts the midfield.
And like we've said before, though, it's like it's the 25th of January. There's been absolutely zero activity in the transfer window.
Yeah, it's because of all the COVID stuff. That's what the owner's coming out and saying.
Brexit, has that come into play yet? Because obviously, when you sign a player now, they have to go through a certain amount of checks. And stuff like that.
I think it comes into. Is it?
I think
it come into play summer.
I think it's under 18s struggle with it. But
yeah, have you seen how they've done it?
Yeah, there's people have started buying abroad clubs, haven't they?
Yeah, it's like the leagues have been put into different sections, and you have to get a certain amount of points in order to get the visa to come to the country. So, like, if you want to sign like the Polish league, who's class, you'd struggle quite a lot as well to get them in. So, signings are complicated.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Just I saw Joe that geezer that went like Sadio Mane, he's the best football player in the world. He's got a YouTube channel, so I saw a clip on TikTok, and he was like, not only is Liverpool one of the biggest clubs in the world, but they get money for staying in the Premier League, let alone winning, let alone not buying anyone last year, let alone winning the Champions League last year. You must have so much cash.
But our owner doesn't.
Brewster for how much?
Yeah, but our owner doesn't just own us. He owns like Boston Red Sox in America as well. Like it's not like he's full focus on us. Like there's always
that, though. You've got one team that plays in the US and you've got one team that dominates Europe.
Yeah,
if that team is struggling in the Premier League,
US is probably commercially just as big.
Yeah.
Like, think how many shirt sales you'll get and stuff in America.
There's a saying in Liverpool: "Made by Shanks, ruined by the Yanks." Like
okay.
Bill Shankly made Liverpool,
Yeah.
and the Americans ruined Liverpool. So
I think so many clubs could say that though.
yeah, it's
Like,
always been
you
tough with the owners, but like I don't know.
That's what I don't get though. Like evidently you've spent big on individuals like Allison and Van Dijk who have single-handedly made you title contenders. Like Gary Neville said, you'll never ever win a Premier League with a shit goalkeeper. Like you never will.
Yeah, but we've spent that money on them because we sold Coutinho. It's not like we've just gone out and bought them.
Yeah, no, of course. But then you've sold Brewster for 25 million. You've got the income of winning the Premier League, Champions League, and stuff, and you've bought that.
You've got quite a lot of debt though, haven't you? I think Liverpool has quite a lot of debt. I mean, most clubs do have debt.
Well, there was a lot of talk of because you know what City have done, where they've bought like New York in, like they own quite a lot of football clubs. Like the owners of City own quite a lot.
Yeah.
There was talks of us doing like a City and a Red Bull where they own, like we own multiple clubs sort of thing. But
yeah, that's the thing. You don't know what the behind the plans are. Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
Like you had your stadium upgrade, haven't you?
We had a stadium upgraded.
Much,
There's talks of an extra add-on stadium upgrade. We've just moved training grounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
all these things.
I don't know. It's a difficult one, but I just feel like what Klopp has done for this football club, he deserves a lot more than what he's getting.
Yeah, I feel like when Jurgen Klopp wins you your first Premier League title and you win the Champions League and the Super Cup and the Club World Cup in the space of 2 years, if your manager needs a centre half, you get him a centre half.
Yeah, that's.
Do you know what I mean? But anyway, we'll go on to another topic now. I want to get your opinions. Obviously, breaking news today: Frank Lampard got sacked by Chelsea Football Club. 18 months in charge. Gave 16 academy prospects a first team opportunity. Fourth last year with a transfer ban and losing the greatest Premier League player to ever play the game. So obviously,
William,
big loss. Obviously taking a respectable fourth place last year, now struggling in ninth, no consistency, no style of play, no pattern, no nothing. He was going to get the sack. No one can deny that. It was always going to happen. Did I expect it to come today? No. I thought we beat Luton, secured
big win.
Secured fifth round football in the FA Cup, which some teams can't do. We've obviously then.
We don't get teams like Luton.
No, that's true. We got Barnsley next round.
Yeah, you got Barnsley next round. Yeah.
We get Liverpool in West Ham. Okay.
And then FA Champions League round of 16 against Atletico, very, very difficult. They're on fire. Something like 8 points clear in the Liga with a game in hand. I think Suarez is top goal scorer.
I just want to ask you a question. Can you name me a manager other than Jose Mourinho for Chelsea that has lasted longer than 2 years?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say Frank must be one of the longest serving managers in the last 20 years.
I think I've seen a stat. I think bar Jose, I think the longest manager was Lampard with 18 months or 16 months, something like that. It's disgraceful, mate. It's honestly a disgrace. But the problem that we have is that obviously when Roman came in, Roman bought his Russian money, and for me personally, I've followed the club since I've been 5-6 years old. And that's all I've ever known is success. That's all I've ever known.
Yeah, but success isn't going to last forever.
But success can be addictive. And when you get in a rhythm of, if we bring in a new manager, we get success, that's all Roman probably cares about. And what annoys me about it is not the fact that I'm obviously gutted Lampard got sacked. I was absolutely it. I've been in a shit mood all day because it's not for the club, because I feel like the club made a bad move appointing him in the first place.
Never happened.
He was
never.
If Frank Lampard wasn't the player he was, he wouldn't even be in contention. He wouldn't even dream about getting a job like that.
If his name wasn't Frank Lampard, he wouldn't be there.
He wouldn't have got it. No, and and that's what annoys me, because they they sold us a false dream. Okay, the players have got to take responsibility because they had to play better. Simple as that. There's no two ways about it. The boys haven't performed. But like I was saying, I think I've said before, individuals go through bad form. But when a whole 11 players don't play well for months, you have to look at the way they're getting coached.
Yeah, but it's not like Chelsea, the first team to ever go through a run of form where they've just been shit and then they get rid of the manager. Like, I think United went through a bad run of form, and then Arsenal, after they beat United, went through a bad run of form. Could have easily got rid of Arteta. Spurs went through a pretty rough patch after the North London derby. Like,
I
it happens
just think
a lot.
I just think it is the way. It's the mentality of Chelsea Football Club, which you can agree or disagree with it, but that's the way it is. Personally, the dream is for having Frank Lampard to be a fantastic coach and to win us everything on the planet. That's the dream. And you can't sit here, Kyle, and say you wouldn't love Stevie G one day to take Liverpool to win everything.
Not now.
Not now, no. And I agree.
I don't know. He's class.
Yeah, to be fair, he's doing a job.
He's in the Scottish League, though, isn't he? Like,
but to take Rangers so far ahead of Celtic, who won it 10 years in a row.
I'm happy for my football club that we have someone like Tuchel coming in who obviously divides opinions, but yeah, I think so. Apparently he's been in London for the last week. Apparently, I've seen on that Fabrizio Romano's done it. Here we go. Hey, Rafa's done it before. He'll do it again.
He left his Chinese club by mutual consent. You never know.
No, I think I'm happy for the football club to be able to get a manager in that is known for his man management. I'm praying will get players like Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, and then boys firing. Because if them boys turn up, you have a chance of winning the league. He's got 30. He scored goals for the last 3 years.
You don't know.
No, not this season. But you give him man management and time. At least with him now, with half a season, there's potential that we can maybe fight for top 4. Because we're 9th, but we're like 5 points behind Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't.
I don't think that's anything to go off.
We've got 8 minutes left, just saying. Do you think Tuchel comes in and he brings in more pulling power than Frank with transfers? Like, he's got PSG links. With the money Roman's going to be giving him.
Yeah, yes and no. I think players would rather, if Frank Lampard knocks on Kai Havertz's door and says, "Come to Chelsea, I'm your manager, I can teach you how to be the best 10 in the world." He's not saying no. You can't learn off anyone better in the midfield than Frank Lampard. But
he's a manager, not a coach.
Tuchel,
there's such a difference.
That's the thing. With Tuchel, people, I've heard Gundogan, Pulisic, and that come out and say Tuchel's been one of the best man managers they've ever had. People under PSG and Dortmund might have played under Tuchel and got the best out of them. Like a German reporter, Ousmane Dembele, he got him absolutely firing for Dortmund. So yeah, I believe that Tuchel could potentially bring in class players, but I'm seriously worried about our youth products now, like the Tammy Abrahams and
it's
the
never
Chos.
been the philosophy of the club, though, is it?
No, and Cho hardly got games with Lampard in. There's no way he's starting above Pulisic and Ziyech and them boys now. I think Mason Mount is safe. I think a blind person can see that he gives 100% for his shirt and stuff like that. But other than that, it's a sad day for Chelsea Football Club losing a club legend like that. It was everyone's dream for him to be successful, but it was never going to happen. It just wasn't. You know what I mean? But you got to support him now.
Learned.
Yeah, massively. And I do believe he'll come back one day when he
Chelsea.
gets experience. I think he will, But right now, we just need to. But I think Tuchel will have a really tough time, though.
Let's say he comes in and he doesn't. He's not incredible. Let's say he has like an average time. How long do Chelsea give him before they sack him?
Year and a half. I think.
The thing is,
don't
though,
win anything,
I want to say,
Chelsea, you're gone.
Thomas Tuchel, what has he won? He's not a serial winner.
No, well,
he's won everything in France. I know it's with PSG.
Yeah, but
he won the German Cup. He won the German Cup in Dortmund, which is still impressive to beat Bayern Munich to it. He went unbeaten. What's that, Carl?
You cut out for me.
Before this call, I did a bit of. I cut out, yeah.
No, you're good now.
Still there.
Okay, sure. Did a bit of research into Tuchel, and apparently, but he basically counteracts the other side that you're playing, but he prefers a 4-3-3. He says he likes to play attractive football, which is a lot of possession. He's been compared to Pep Guardiola. Like, he wouldn't be the manager
You
of
can't-
Dortmund than PSG if
For no reason. Oh, I agree with that.
no.
And I
I
sort of think
looking at
he
it
was
from what I've heard,
unbeaten in Dortmund for 2.5 years. So, you know,
yeah, I think
I'm
if
happy
you
with
look at it, he's a no-brainer to bring in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's a no-brainer to bring in.
it's just the way
apparently,
this
isn't
football
he-
club is run. It's if he doesn't win anything within a year, pressure's on him. Simple as that.
Pull out with the board a lot as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, he fucking hates the board everywhere he
But
goes. So him and
PSG fell out
Roman,
with the board.
yeah, him and Roman are gonna have probably a couple of good conversations to have. But overall, it's a really sad day for Chelsea Football Club. It's gutted, not for the club. I think it's the right move for the club. I'm just gutted for Frank personally, but he knows better than anyone what the board's
I think
like.
it'll be good for Frank.
I hope he goes.
I think it'll be good
I
for
hope he goes
Frank.
to
I think he
Celtic.
needed
I
it.
hope he goes to Celtic. You know, that'd be a good move for him. I think.
I think the way Chelsea Football Club is run is going to run that club into the ground, in my opinion. You can't sack a manager every 18 months
But
and then go
everyone
and
said
spend
that for
200
years.
mil.
Everyone said that for years, but we win every year.
If you don't,
Frank Lampard is
You
the
haven't-
first
you haven't-
manager that
No,
didn't.
It's so different now
mean?
because every single club's got money.
No, I believe the thing is, I said to my brother though.
would you
Tuchel
would you
comes in,
rather a
right?
manager get sacked every 18 months than have a long-serving manager?
No, the dream would be to have Frank Lampard for 20 odd years and win everything. That's a dream.
Yeah, but
But
like,
Chelsea fans need to be
I'm
realistic.
not. I'm not talking about winning everything now. Like, would you rather, if a manager doesn't win anything, get sacked in 18 months and bring another
It
manager in?
depends. It really depends. I would back Thomas Tuchel if he didn't win anything in 18 months, but you saw a slow progression in the way forward. We started to play better. We had a style of play. But for the 18 months, we saw nothing from Lampard, did we?
I think maybe with Lampard, I don't know for sure. Like, I've obviously no idea. It's just speculating. But I reckon his man management is probably
Awful.
not great. I reckon it's awful.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this before. As a player, you might have the best coach in the world who says, right, you play here, you go here, you go there, we do this, we do this. But if he doesn't back you, if you don't feel like you're on top of the world, like Klopp does to his players, you'll never perform that well. So Werner, Havertz, any footballer in the world needs someone, especially this day and age, to say you're class.
And that's why I'm telling you now. I've heard, like I said before, on German Sky Sports, I was watching it. Apparently, his man management is excellent. So that's why I think players like Werner and Havertz, it will be like a breath of fresh air now because they know he's German. He knows how to play the German football. He knows how to play. I really do think he'll get the best out of these players. But back to Gorno's question. If, like I said, if he's making progress in 18 months, I'll back him. But every time I watch Chelsea Football Club, could you tell me our style of play? Could you tell me what we tried to do? It was a B-Tech what
Wait
Sarri
18
did.
months and suck you manager.
Yeah, but like last season, getting top 4 with that Chelsea squad was probably one of Chelsea's best achievements in the past few years.
Yeah,
Awful squad.
which was fantastic. But how
Yeah,
do
but
you not
this
build off that?
yeah, but this season, look at other teams. Liverpool, look at us. We're doing poor. Spurs were doing poor. It's not just Chelsea that have done poor.
I personally,
Arsenal, yeah.
Sitting with a mutual head, obviously not after we lose to Leicester, I would have given Lampard to the end of the season because one, that's what you sort of owe him, and two, you give him one full season. Maybe at the end of the season we start picking it up and we start seeing something. You don't sack him in the middle.
They should have given him to the end of the season.
Give him to the end of the season, see what he can do, and after 2 years, after you get top 4 and then you plummet that much, then you can sign to say, okay, we have gone backwards.
So, all right, quick, what we saying, is Tuchel the man for Chelsea right now?
Right now, yes. Right
What
now,
are you saying,
yes.
Gordon and Kroll?
Yeah.
Right
I'd
now,
say so.
yes. Right now, yes. I think that's the best we could have got.
Yeah, I don't think there's another manager free at the moment that could do better.
No.
We got less than a minute, just saying.
Nagelsmann linked with Real Madrid. I've heard.
Who's
today. That Nagelsmann from Leipzig.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Fabrizio Romano, whatever his name is, said that Nagelsmann isn't going. I heard.
Well, anyway, thank you for watching. We'll try and get this up ASAP. Thank you, Josh
for having me,
Kroll.
boys. Been a pleasure.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Josh
having me.
Kroll. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what's going, if it's on YouTube or not.
We've
If
got
it
30
is,
seconds.
do it.
All links will be in description.
Yeah, all socials in description.
TikTok's up.
Go follow us. Go follow us on
Whole
TikTok.
shebang.
Everything.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you
Merci.
all.
Wee wee.